Just doing a quick flight and hawk here. Just do some more testing on the other day after seeing another streamer's video. He was saying he's getting all kinds of, well, I've just switched on all my oh right, I see, if you put that panel lighting on you get the glitches. Oh right, yes, I see what he means now. If you put those panels on, or if you're just turning the instrument lights on, I see what he means. Yeah, I do get those glitches then. Ah yes, yeah. I see what you mean now. Yeah, I'll have to amend my okay, I thought you meant instrument lights. Right, see, if you put if you leave the panel lights off and you put the instrument lights on, they work fine. But if you switch them to panel lights, which I'm not sure what's going off there. Okay, so anti-collision we need on red because we're taxiing. This is one of the few aircraft that actually has this. Your anti-collision lights are the ones on the top and the bottom, the flashy ones, which are sort of flashing red and white, but hey, from a distance they're red. No, from a distance they're white. Okay. So I'll go there. Turn right out of there, haven't I? But some people seem to be amazed at the rate of climb that this thing has, and I have to keep reminding people that it does have a Rolls-Royce Turbomeca Adour engine, which is the same engine they used in the Jaguars, although it doesn't have the reheat facility, and it does have the engine, is it FADAX they call it, the engine management system built into it. So we're just going to go out here and try some tests. Hi Dartmouth, how are you doing? Oh, did DCS go 8-bit? Yeah, I just watched, oh I can't remember his name now, 502, is it 503, somebody or other. Oh, sorry, I just watched it 20 minutes ago, half an hour ago. And he had this, he had some problems and he crashed on landing, but he was doing about 70 knots and 102 was stall, so yeah, that was going to happen. That was always going to happen. But yeah, he switched these. I haven't used the panel lights, you see, I've just turned the knobs to get the instrument lighting on, but if you switch the panel lights on, oh yes, so I can see what he means. I'm going to have to amend my comments on his stream or on his YouTube. But he did have some other problems that we didn't find the other night while we were testing. So, and my flaps should be down, which they're not. I've now got the 3-position flaps working in the Harrier, by the way, and the 3-position everything else knobs. Right, now let's rotate. Let's get up there. Now then, it has a 9,300 feet per second, or per minute. Let's get that right. Climb rate. Stick the flaps up. Now, I've been listening to Hawk pilots all day. They're doing air combat maneuvers today. So I should be able to pull and get to 9,300 feet and in a minute. with 100% thrust and a full fuel load. And if I pull this up to a 45-degree climb, which gives you maximum thrust for, well, Newton's law, whatever. Just holding it in the climb there. There's 9,300. Was that about a minute? I should have timed it on my stopwatch here. I should have. Let's level it up a bit. Through the clouds. Oh, we've got a low cloud ceiling today. I thought I'd put this onto dynamic weather, but I'm still pulling. We're slowing down though, we're slowing right down to about stall speed, although we are a bit higher, so yeah, we're starting to get some iffy controls here. And we're now losing climb rate. But yeah, I can keep it in the full climb and it should stable out at about 110 knots, which is fair and accurate. There you go. Oh, and the people are coming to cut my garden. Which is right, that's about right, yeah, 110 knots. You're on the edge of stall there, you see. But you're still climbing. Definitely still climbing. Pitch up, you're going to climb at 110 knots, aren't you? So yeah, that works. So let's just stable it out here. Yeah, I know, I was up very early, so, and I watched that stream and I thought I need to test this because we didn't have the problems that he was having. And this thing, you're not supposed to go past Mach 1.2 in the Hawk, apparently. And then he did a 10G turn and expected the wings to drop off. Well, sorry to disappoint, but the Canadian Armed Forces, or the Canadian Air Force, they do combat manoeuvre flying in the Hawk. And to get in on that program, you have to be able to pull and sustain a 9G turn as a pilot. Not in the Hawk, but in the simulator. You have to be able to pull and sustain a 9G turn, or you don't get in on that program. Anybody who doesn't get the 9G, don't do it. And if you ever watched that Hawk, the series the BBC did on Hawk pilots at Valley, all those Hawk pilots that wanted to go to Canada to do that advanced air-to-air combat testing, they all went and pulled 10Gs just to say they could do it. So no, the Hawk wings won't rip off at 10Gs, and you're not supposed to go past Mach 1.2. So there you are. So he did this and pulled around and had some jittering, which we can't really see above the clouds. So we're going to have to go below the clouds, but I'm not experiencing any of that. So let's put it into a dive. Below the clouds. I mean, we were doing all this the other day, weren't we? Grim Reapers were doing all kinds of shit, air-to-air combat and everything in this, and we weren't experiencing the jitter. See, he was getting, if he was pulling like this, he was getting jitter, and I've got none of that, and I'm blacking out. He wasn't even blacking out, so I can't understand that. If I pull that round like that, I'm not getting any jitter, micro bugs or anything, and I am blacking out in the turn. So I don't know, I don't understand why he was getting that and I'm not. But I was speaking to one of the other guys the other night on the stream who decided to get into his Hawk, who he hadn't been in it for a long time, and I said, well, the new flight model, the old one, it was gentle and lovely, like flying the F5 basically, very similar to flying the F5. The new one's more like flying the Mirage. It's so responsive, I mean, bloody hell. And I don't know how true to life this is now, because Hawk pilots that I've heard about at the local Air Force base do use DCS when they're at home and they're not flying, if they've been doing something during the day and they want to go, oh well, I wasn't sure about that, they will get onto DCS and they will fly the Hawk. And to what I understand from a friend who works at the base, is they are quite satisfied with the flight model that they have. And I know it's been tested by a number of Hawk pilots who have given statements to say that yeah, it's pretty much true to life this. It's the best simulator out there for the Hawk anyway, if you compare it with FSX and stuff. Day is hosting me, thank you. You're new and you still don't know how this game works. Well, basically you get in an airplane and fly. Hello. Oh, see, that was a negative G I just pulled. And I black out immediately. That's interesting. How much negative G's am I pushing? I can't even remember where the bloody G meter is on this, to be quite honest. But I was definitely going down at some rate there. And the airspeed indicator's off the charts still, so let's bring that down. And where am I? Well, I should really be doing air navigation in the Hawk by using the radio and the VOR system, and everything's fully functional in the Hawk, like that. Everything, you know, you can do air navigation using VOR beacons, of VOBs, and knobs, and all the rest of them. So, which are the best servers or the best thing to play? Well, it depends what you want. There's the aerobatics server where you can just do aerobatics, and if you try and, well, there's no weapons so you can't shoot anybody down, but if you crash into people you get banned. There's the 104th, the 107th, there's Buddy Spike, there's many. If you want to play with lots of different people, just hit the players button on the top of the server thing and it will show you how many players are in. Well, you've got to hit it twice actually. Oh, there's an airport down there. I don't think that's ours though, is it? And one of the other problems the guys were having was if you reduce the throttle on the engine, the hydraulics disappear. But I've never had that either. Now I'm going way too fast to be putting out brakes, to putting out flaps. Flaps and gear is 200 knots. So we're going to have to bleed off some speed here. I've never had a problem with the hydraulics at engine idle, which is strange. Right, we can put the flaps down to 1 dent. That will get our speed down. Now we'll put the gear down, take the air brake off, throttle up. Come round for the airfield. Second flap dent. And we've got to keep between 120 and 130 knots. So there we are, just above 130 knots. And 80% throttle is supposed to give you 130 knots at the correct angle of attack, which I'm not going to do because I'm useless at this sort of flying. So there's me 130. But this chap, he was coming into land and his needle went right well below 100 knots, and 102 is stall speed with gear down and flaps. So I've got to keep this so back up to 80%, because as you can see, got a bit of wind on here as well. I'm a bit too fast. Just to crab it a bit here. So and then apparently you just glide it down. throttle. And there you go. But we're going to do a classic go round. Rotate. Gear up. Flaps are back up to 1 dent there. Flaps all the way up. Yeah, the spin as well, he did a spin. I'm not going to bother doing the spin. The guy put it into a flat spin and then let go of his controls. Well, after about 1.5 turns or so, it stopped spinning and went into a dive, and he was quite surprised at that. Now then, the Hawk, if you put it in a flat spin, which is hard to do, you can put it in a flat spin, but you have to try to put it in a flat spin. The Hawk doesn't like spinning, flat spinning, so you have to induce a flat spin. Very hard to put the Hawk into flat spin. So he induced a flat spin as you're supposed to do it, and he was spinning, and he let go of the controls, and it came out of the spin into a dive in about 1.5 to 2 turns. And was diving, and he went, oh, well, now that's what the Hawk does. You read the flight manual. What you're supposed to do is not let go of the controls, because that will bring it out too fast. What you do is you center your controls, and the Hawk will bring itself out of a flat spin and put itself into a dive. I mean, there's no fly-by-wire on this, it's just the aerodynamics of the aircraft will do this for you. That's how it does it. It will bring itself out of a spin and put you into a dive so that you're gaining airspeed. And it will do that within 2 rotations of the spin. It's in the flight manual right at the back. So, I'm not going to bother doing that. I've never done it before. Scary. So, where are we? We're at going too fast again. So. Get to 200 knots. Put the flap down. Where's the one way? Oh, he's all the way over there. Not very good at circuit to me. I listen on the scans to these guys doing it all day, you know. At the minute they're doing air-to-air combat training on the scanner, which I don't get to hear normally because they do it over the North Sea, which is a long way away, and my aerials are indoors, so I don't get to hear them. Oh, lag. Well, I've got lag because Fly KMCO has just got into a A10. Which is really lagging me out and put me in the wrong place. So air brake out. Now my hydraulic pressures are all good. I don't know why Cap kept losing hydraulic pressure. Going in too fast, but soon drop that speed off. Right, out with the air brake. 30 knots, 120 knots, bring it up, glides down. One flap dent up, power up. 20, rotate. Gear up. we're still over Sanaki. I would say they've blown all that lot up then. What's left of that? They blow the convoy up and leave everything else though. What was left up there? I'm probably going to crash here. I'll put a JTAC in for them, but they haven't done much over there either. Hello. Oh, go down there. Somebody spawned in a mission down there. Don't have any armaments, do I? I went without anything. Yeah, you see, I can't get that stutter that chap had. I can't remember the name of his stream. You guys might know him, but it's 2.5.1 Hawk Revisit on YouTube. That's what it's called. And I just can't. The only thing I've been able to recreate that he found problems with is the lighting. I haven't been able to find anything else. Am I sure he's actually on 2.5.1? Maybe he's on 2.5.0. Ooh, a bridge. Ooh, a bridge. No. Oh, we could do the Mac loop. Normal flight speed, and this is about 370 knots. Although maximum level flight at 40,000 feet, I think it is 628 knots, or miles per hour actually. But I thought as well, Shifty's not on, and I just wanted to get in the Hawk and test what this guy had found. I've forgotten to trim, haven't I? Have I put the right trim on here or what? Can't remember if I set the trim on this aircraft. I've been trying to get them all on the same keys. Oh, hello. That was weird. And that noise you can hear are my gardeners. Oh yeah, the guy was on there earlier, and I heard him on the scan, and he shouted Fox 2 on the radio. And then the lead instructor evaded it. Now I'm not sure if they're carrying those pods, the pods that they carry that show you your Fox 2, so you can watch it back on a computer, and that like calculates all that shit. They usually go out with a pod on. So I'm not sure if that's what they're carrying today, but he says, did you see how I evaded that? And the guy said, sort of. And he says, yeah. And he explained. I wish I'd recorded it. I've got the recorders hooked up to the scanner. And he was saying, yeah. He says, you've got to get into a position, blah blah blah, and then call out your Fox 2. He says, and then they've got less chance of evading. And I went, wow, they're doing some really good stuff today. But like I say, normally they do this over the North Sea, and I'm not privy to the conversation, so got to get my aerial on the roof, then I'd be able to listen to them. And it's only about 60-70 miles away, and line of sight, that should be easy enough for me to listen to. might be able to hear that chatter in the background. Not the American chatter going on. That's Viacom Pro. But you'll hear when the scanner comes up. It's more of a muffled voice. Now let's have a look, see what frames we're doing today. 60, spot on because I've V-synced it. I'm not using my MFDs. Yeah. Lag spike. So here we go. This is the Caucasus Mac loop. We're just entering it from the reservoir side. Normally you're doing this in a much faster aircraft than this. But we can stick on 100% throttle and get the speed up. Speed 500 knots. We don't really need 500 knots. Put it in 95% thrust. And guess who forgot to switch her lights to white? Red's only for taxiing. White is for in the air. So that should be pressing white now. Yep. So we're actually flying faster than the Harrier usually goes down here. The Harrier is usually about 400 knots, we're doing 500. And it's a bit of an overcast day, isn't it? Might have to give the server file a bit of a kick. We're expecting a hotfix on Wednesday for this. Not sure what it's going to entail. It will obviously entail the fix for the Harrier, because I think that the guy had put two digits in the wrong place. I think it was a decimal place or something was in the wrong place by 2 digits, according to one of the other programmers that I know. And he says that it was such an easy fix, but of course they can't fix it till ED get it out there. Which way we're going? Follow the river usually, don't you? Look at that, you can really throw this thing around now. Except I think I've gone the wrong way. Yeah, I've gone the wrong way. So I'm going to have to kick it up and over this mountain here. Sec1977, thank you for the follow. It's a gloomy day up there. Look at those clouds, man. They're thick with rain. This is the valley we're supposed to be following. I wish I could show you guys the how wide this is. I'm watching this in 5760 by 1080, 3 monitors, and it's amazing. But you guys only see the center monitor. I'll zoom my Hulk out a bit now. You can see more of the dashboard. I like this gloomy, nice sort of misty. I mean, sun shining through parts of the clouds there, but really black clouds. Looks like we're heading up to a nice clear patch up here, though. It is getting a bit brighter. Wow, look at the gloom up there. Wow, man. Snow-capped mountains. I think this is April. I think we've got April on the clock. And we're still doing 450 knots, although when you're doing 450 knots in an F-15, it seems like you're going a lot faster. There's a mosque here on the right. There should be one on the left up here somewhere as well, if I remember rightly. Ah, there we go, look. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Danny. I hope you're ready for some hot gaming action today.
Hang on a minute. Get that off. And quick pull up. Oh, I can't pull up. Shit. That's because I'm tabbed out. As you can see by the bottom of the screen, I can't even find my mouse now. Where the hell's my mouse gone? Hello. This is a problem.
Commander.
No, not you. I was tabbed out in voice meter because I had my external speakers switched on. That's why it got so. That was a shame. I was enjoying that. Damn. Now we can get into a Harrier and do the same thing. Where am I looking for? Oh, they're up here, aren't they? Hang on. Don't you dare. Let's see what stores we got on. 'Cause I don't really want anything on. We'll take some air-to-airs. Clear that. Clear that. Clear the teapot. Put a Decam on instead. Clear that. Clear that. Never do any fighting. We'll go for forest camo. We'll do that.
Request rearming.
We'll do that.
Copy.
And we'll put these on. So, well, that was a good test of the Hawk. I'm not getting half the errors this chap was getting. Can't move me. Did you know you could move these? I mean, the lighting in this is much better, but then the Hawk's a very old module. But it is getting a revamp. That's just, they've got more priorities right now. They're under contract to provide the P40 to Eagle Dynamics, so they're having to concentrate on the Hawk.
Rearming complete.
So let's put the map on here. Map, please. Map. There you are, moving map. Okay. Let's go do the same thing with this then. It's a shame, I was really enjoying that flight. I wonder if my kneeboard works in this. Yeah, it does. Excellent. Well done. For once. I need my nozzles at 10. Too far. Look! My 3-position flap switch work now. No, they don't. Oh shit! The hell's gone off? I had these working last night. They're not working at all. Nothing's working. What the hell's going on? What the? What about my AFC? Well, it won't work on the ground. What about... Oh, that works. Yeah, so... And that's nose wheel steering switch isn't working. What the hell's going on? I had this all working last night. Why is none of it working? So if I press the flap switch, none of my flaps, it's not working. Flap's not working, water's not bound, AFC is bound. That's bound, so load profile. That one. Oh. Okay. working either. What the hell is going on? I'm gonna have to do this all over again.
Go ahead.
Flaps. For some reason, I don't know why. This was working last night when I shut the bloody computer down. I was chuffed it was all working again. In fact, this isn't working at all. I'm missing some shit. I have to come out. I think it's overwritten my files or something.
Anchor 27, Goliath.
Just gonna find out.
Flight level 200,
Something's not right here. I don't believe that didn't work. Eagle Dynamics, beta. Is it mods? Aircraft. Default 25th of the 4th. That ain't right. That's definitely not right. Oh, bugger. 29th of the 4th. Yeah, come on, continue. Replace it. That was from... Oh, 2:30 in the morning. It was 2:30 in the morning when I finished last night. 29th. No, it was yesterday afternoon I was on. There you are, yesterday evening. They're the ones from yesterday evening. Oh, this is annoying. Why is this shit happening to me? Downloads, keybinds, come on. Problem is you've got to do this every friggin' time, because every update it changes it. Alright, that's in joysticks, into keyboard. Alright, let's try that. Might work, might not. We'll soon find out, won't we? The code for that button box is giving you some issues. What button box? What code? What? All you got to do is go into if you're doing a button box right, you shouldn't need any code for it. It should just appear as a joystick device in your control panel, and then you just assign buttons to keys in your options. So like in here in controls. if I move the flaps now, what have I got? Oh, flaps work now. Flaps stall, auto 3 position switch. Yep, everything's there. Water, yeah, water, yeah, water. Flight control toggle, anti-skid, and nose wheel steering. Everything works. Marvellous. Bloody marvellous. See, that's how you sort things out. Let's try this again. Yeah, button boxes should just come up like these MFDs. The MFDs come up, says MFDs on the top. Now I have a shopping delivery coming early this afternoon, so I'm not going to be on here streaming for ages and ages and ages. I just wanted to come on and do the hawk. Just to make sure that I wasn't getting the same errors that this chap was getting. Very hot. That's going to jump. Yeah, I see. I knew it was going to jump. I've got to wait for the server to load things. You're using a different library. Oh, right. Are you using a Micro Pro or are you using an Arduino? Oh, Pro Micro, isn't it? Not Micro Pro, Pro Micro. Clear. Clear. Deckham. Clear. Actually, I might put a sidearm on there. Or 2 sidearms. It depends what these guys are going to do. If they're going to spawn in air-to-air missions, missile-air missions.
Request rearming.
You don't know what they're going to get up to.
Copy.
See, I'm still tired. Alright, let's have a look at these flaps. 3 position flap switch. There we go. That's excellent. And 3 position nose wheel? Ah yes. Ah yes, 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 yes. Can't test that one. What about my my master arm should be on and off now. Oh, it does it on and off. Excellent. Oh, that's what.
Rearming complete.
I'm so chuffed. And we go to moving map. Wrong one. Can I switch that back off, please? I want my little airplane in the middle. Fuck that up. How do I get rid of that? Ah, there we go, that'll work. That works. Okie doke. Let's go. You got both the Micro and the Leonardo. Well, the thing about the Micro compared with the Leonardo is when you plug the Micro in, your PC will recognize it as a USB device straight away, whereas with the Leonardo it doesn't. The Leonardo doesn't have a HID interface. The Pro Micro does, and that's why people are using the Pro Micros as button box controllers. There's a really good video of a chap doing one on YouTube where he explains how he does it, and he gets like, it's a 32 button box with rotary controllers and everything from one Pro Micro, and he puts the sketch and everything up you need for it. But then he shows you that you just go into your control panel and bingo, there it is. You know, it's a joystick device. Right, nozzles at 10. Alright, nozzles 50. Get up, gear up. Right, you've got to put your witch's hat in those two chevrons. And then start putting keep your witch's hat in the chevrons and start moving your nozzles forward. They are. Flaps to the middle bit, and that's your climb out. It's just under 15 degrees your climb out. How's that? And then flaps up and then put it into nav. There you go. Mr. 60, thanks for the follow. Right, we're just off to do the Mac Loop thing where we were in the Hawk. I'm actually looking for a place on the map. I wanted to do a mission, and I want to do a place on the map. So, but we'll see how different the Hawk this is in your sense of speed. Just done the Hawk and just testing it because somebody else on YouTube has been having some issues with it, and I don't get those issues, so I don't know why he's having those issues. It's a dark, dingy day down here though. We're doing 450 knots, and it looks like we're going a little bit faster than what the Hawk was doing, but that's just relative, I guess, isn't it? So we're looking for the river. Put my flight control on. Oh, my switch is bound. My switches are all working again. It was user error, operator error. That's what it was. This chap was giving you a lot of code that you can slap in, and then he said, oh, to hell with it, so many people are having problems, here's the default file, you just replace that, but you're going to have to replace it every time there's an update. Duh, shame. But hey, that's the nature of the business. And what it does is it allows your Thrustmaster to have 3 position switches for everything. 3 position for your water. No, all your 3 position switches now work, which is great. Saves you having to fart around and faff around, do things like that. See, there's a SA8 off to my right there, which I don't want to get too close to. So let's have a look at our movement map. This is the river up here that we're after. We're going to turn right and go up that one. At least I think that's the river. Let's scale out a bit. Yeah, that's the one. Scale. Put a scale on auto. See what happens. Actually, it's a bit wide that. I want it a bit further in. So here's the river. And your normal funny speed in the Harrier is 420 knots. So compared with the 370 knots in the Hawk for cruising speed. Apparently. I don't like that scale on auto. Can we have it a bit further down, please? Is that too close in? Yeah, I think that's too close in. Mind you, if I do sensor select left, it puts my airplane at the bottom. So I'll be able to go in a little bit further. further. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Yeah, this guy, it's I think it's if you do a search on YouTube for 32 button box, something like that, you'll get this guy's video. He's Australian, and he's done a very good thing on it. What I was interested in was not so much his button box, but the circuit diagram that he's used for the matrix. Because obviously I'm making a button box that's full of on-off momentary switches and stuff like that, and not push buttons like he is. So every moment he switches a double pole, double throw, or double pole single throw, it doesn't really matter. But because it's a double pole, it takes 2 inputs. So you've got to figure out that on one line you have to have 2 inputs for one particular matrix line, and it's going to get right old complicated. That is. It's definitely a dark, gloomy day, isn't it? I thought I'd put forest camo on. Hello, lag. Do not lag, I'm heading for a hill. Oh, this is going to have me crashed. I'll be lucky if I can make it through there. Oh, the hell was that lag? I don't know what that was. But the server at the minute is using 11 gig of memory, so it might be needing a bit of a reboot. It's just, at the minute with 2.51, if you try and reboot your server into a new map, it crashes the box. So, I put on camo. That American Marine crap is useless in this sort of terrain. You get spotted a mile away. How can you join today, sir? Sir? Mom? Right, to join today you have to be on the Grim Reaper's Discord, basically. This is the Grim Reaper's training server, so to get in here, that's where you have to be. I've got to turn left here, haven't I? I always turn right for some strange reason. Head for the sun. I always go up to the right hand side of this, but I think you've got to go to the left hand side, because I see that river down there and I always follow the river, but it's the left hand river you've got to follow. So I did it right this time. And then there's a hard bank right, so follow this river. If I look at F10 in a second, I should be on course for, if I can find my bloody self. Where am I? Ah yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I want to come all the way up here. But I found a location the other day that I was going to make a mission. You've got to fly all the way up one of these valleys somewhere, and there's a little town right at the top. And it's got some warehouses and stuff. And I was going to say, oh, that would be an ideal place to make a mission where you've got to go and kill something. And I've forgotten where it is. Ridiculously bad. But I've forgotten where it was. that's definitely wing vortices. I've always seen wing vortices coming off my Harrier, always. And someone's saying, "Oh, we're soon getting wing vortices." But that's definitely a wing vortice coming off the tips of the wings. So, what are they on about? Here's that little mosque on the left there. Hello, hello, good morning, people. I think it's a mosque. I don't know. Could be Dracula's place for all I know. How am I today? I'm not so bad. Not so bad. I've got a shopping delivery coming later, so I had to be up and about and do some stretches. Oh, they're going to make them more vapory and less fluffy. Oh, is that what it is? Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Commander.
No, not you, Nova. What on earth happened there? I think the server's just rebooted. We'll soon find out because it crashes when it does that. Oh yes, blue turny circle on the server. Oh, this is good, isn't it? This is 2 trips today up here, and 2 trips I've not made it at all. I'll be amazed if the server doesn't actually die. It's not responding. Oh well, its memory's dropped to 800 megabytes. How come I'm still using 44% memory then? That's half the memory. That can't be right. This machine, this server's got 32 gigabytes of memory in it, and it's saying it's using half of it. But there's nothing actually using half the memory. But this has definitely gone non-responding. Right, so it's an end task job then. Yeah. This is the problem, you see. It changes maps, and tell you what we can do then while it's doing that. We can change the map, because I'm not happy with those clouds. Those clouds are a bit menacing, aren't they? So let's go back into the weather. And someone said, "Can you change the weather, please? Because everybody's trying to refuel in thick clouds." I'll say so. Okay then. So we're going to put base altitude at 14,000 feet, and I've got thickness at 3,000. Density, we'll put it 5. I don't know what that'll do. But I thought I had it on dynamic weather, but obviously I haven't. We'll see what that does. Save that then. Save. Exit. Now we've got to transfer that file. Save games. Beta missions. We're going to save that into the network folder. Open in a new window. DG1. Me. Save games. Open beta missions. Replace. Oh, I must have it in save games. DCS then. Missions. Well, at least I've got a copy of it there. Replace. Done. 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 And done. Tac view. I didn't open tac view. Go away, tac view. I don't want tac view. Right, okay. DCS is not closing. I have to reboot the bloody computer. Damn, that's a crash and a half, isn't it? Now everybody's going to be moaning, aren't they, on Discord? I better go on Discord. I haven't been on Discord this morning. Time's it? 12:15. Come Come on, restart server. I haven't got time for this. I've got things to do today. I've got shopping arriving. Oh, shopping. Fresh fruit and vegetables. Salad stuff. Pork pies. Quiche Lorraine. Oh yes, we're going to have wonderful fresh food instead of frozen all the time. Yeah, but you can only disable all shadows. Oh, well, sorry mate. There's not many people about for a Monday morning. Usually get a few more people in Discord. Come on, reboot. Here we go. At least it'd be a nice clean start, wouldn't it? Right, SRS, we start SRS, start MSI Afterburner, start DCS World. Should be getting, with a bit of luck, a hotfix then on Wednesday. Like I say, it's what I hear. Because so many things are broken with this new memory management thing. I mean, the amount of multiplayer servers, server owners that have been complaining that their servers are now crashing on map change is quite astonishing. So we don't know why that's happening. And of course, there's no crash log because it just locks up. It doesn't actually produce a crash log, so it's going to be very difficult to diagnose without a crash log. Okay, we're into DCS World. It comes in very quickly now with the new chip and the new memory and everything. Multiplayer, new server. Start that. Start. Let's see what the weather's going to be like now. I don't mind it being a grey day. This is why I was going to put it on dynamic weather, you know, because some days you're going to get fog, some days you're going to get cloudy, some days you're going to get nice clear blue skies. You know, it decides, but as it's not rebooting properly, and I don't know if dynamic weather actually changes throughout the day. Alright, that's my printer drivers updated, my printer software updated. That close. The hell, why won't that close? Okay, server's coming up. Terrain init 1 roots. It always seems to stick around on that, doesn't it? Let's see. Newer software is available. Come on. But it's taken its merry time today. It's now using 4 gig, 4.3. 4.4, 4.6. Right, it's loading something, isn't it? It's loading off SSD as well. 4.7, 4.9, 5.1. Flipping heck. 5.2. 5.28 gigs of memory, and it is loaded. Okay. Just doing some printing updates here. My printers seem to need new softwares. Okay, let's go do this again. I want to go back up there and see what we're doing. Okay, finish. Alright, newer firmware is available. If why is this going gling at me? New firmware is available. Download updater tool. Flipping heck, there's a load of it. A load of it. Right, are we in? Yeah, we're in. We can scroll. That's very nice. Well, let's go do this again. What's the weather like today? Oh, look, that's different weather. Ah! Stop, 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 stop. Flipping heck. Yeah, we could go and blow up all them trucks before any... Nah, let's... Straight back on the server and blow the trucks up straight away. Yeah. No, let's put... I just want to have a fly around, you know? I don't really want to do anything drastic. I know some people will come on and
Request rearming.
engage air to air, and then I'm screwed.
Copy.
Right, accept. Yes, next. Come on then. It's updating software on my printers and on my computers. Okay, let's put some bingo on. Actually, I should take a tank, shouldn't I, if I'm going to do that, but I should have enough fuel to get around.
Rearming complete.
Okay, let's just make sure the 3 position switches still work. Yeah, they work. Right, put that down. Put that 10%. 10%. Actually, for taxiing, you want them on there. I wonder if they're going to do anything about this effect. Do you think they'll do anything about that? Should be. I've not got any of my MFDs turned on, so with that I get 100 frames a second on these 3 monitors instead of 40. So there's something not right with using the motherboard graphics, and I've V-synced it at 60 frames a second. So right, okay. So right, and just going to do a short rolling takeoff, aren't we? We call this, I think. Broken my landing gear. Oh shit. I'm too busy trying to get my nozzles directly at 10. It says it's come up. Yeah. Cock that one up. Definitely broke that. laps at 16 there. Let's head out there. How's the software getting on? Yeah, it's getting on. Good. Yeah, I think the DCS there is 11 gig on the server it was using. It's been running 24 hours, so that's a lot. That's what you would class as a memory leak. Should be using 11 gig of memory. I mean, I know I've got 32 gig there, but hey, you know, should not be using that much. Right, down to 75% throttle, that should do. What we're going to do. This is a much nicer day, isn't it? Than those thick, black, horrible clouds. SA8's off to our starboard side there, 2 o'clock. Tiny bits of stutter there. It could be the server loading in mapping data. And I thought nowadays it was supposed to load everything into memory. We've got no wing vortices today. From back there, it looked like I was way over there. It didn't look like I was above this river at all, did it? Look how different the landscape looks. This is what I try to explain to people when they say, "Oh, what was it like on the Out to Hebrides?" I say, "Well, it depends what the weather was like," and they can't understand it. But when you saw the gloom of having dark grey skies over this landscape, and now you see these bright lime greens, and this is the same time of year, just the sun shining on it. And this is what I tried to tell people. It was, if it was a beautiful sunny day, it was the most magical place ever, but if it was a gloomy overcast sky, it was like, ooh, you just didn't want to really be there. It was, and that's what it was like. It was a complete different change. If the sun was shining and it was on the heather, you know, say a late July day with the heather in bloom, oh, it was a magical place. It was like some sort of fairy tale type place. But if it was a very gloomy day with driving rain and that lot, it would be a worse nightmare. And once it snowed, right, it snowed and we couldn't get out. We had to get out of a window and shovel the snow away from the door because our door opened outwards. And we couldn't push against the snow. There was a 4-foot drift against the door. So we had to get out of a window and go round and shovel the snow away to get out the door. And then as we headed across the island in the Land Rover, because we needed that to get through the snow, we got halfway across the island and the snow just disappeared. There was a line, basically a line that went across the road. On one side it was snow and on the other side there wasn't. I mean, it wasn't that sort of a line, you know, it was over a few hundred yards or half a mile, but the snow just disappeared into a normal landscape. It had only snowed on one half of the island. It was incredible to see. 4-foot drifts up against the door at one side, 20 miles away, it was no snow at all. It was incredible. I keep getting these micro stutters and I don't know why. I wasn't getting them earlier, was I? When the server was using 11 gig of RAM. Smooth as anything. And here's that split, that fork. Well, you see the river on the ground seems to go to the right, but it doesn't. This is the river we have to follow. And then it goes round to the right again, although there's another river off to the left. It's this one here we have to follow. The one with the main road, basically. I don't think there's a main road goes up there. That looked a lot closer to the hill than I actually was. I'm beginning to find this out. Yeah, that's what it's like. If you're old enough to have been able to see something like that, where it rains on one side of the street and not the other, and you're looking at it and you're going, "Has somebody been here with a hose pipe?" And it's quite odd, quite funny. But yeah, or you're walking down the street and there's a line ahead of you. You're walking in the sunshine and ahead of you it's all wet where it's just been raining. You get some incredible phenomenon. Phenomenon. Yes, the Muppets did a song called Phenomenon. Look at that. So we're doing 400 knots here. I wasn't supposed to turn left there, was I? No, I wasn't. It's gorgeous this time in the morning. Oh look, a mill or something down there. Wouldn't mind going fishing on this river. Looks a very nice little river to go a bit of fly fishing on. Tell you what, since I started doing flight sims, they haven't half come on a long way. I wonder what this is like in VR. I should really get the Oculus out and plug it in, shouldn't I, and see what this is like. Especially with this moving map. Where's the moving map not zoomed in? Oh, it's on 13 miles. Oh, that'll do, yeah. Now that we can see what we're doing in this thing, we should be able to get the hawk out and do it again. Where am I going here? Left or right? Right, and right. Take the right hand bend. It doesn't look like there's a right-hand fork here, but there obviously is. Oh, there's the river and the trees. Wow, imagine hiking through this shit. Wow. Isn't there a national park around here somewhere? Or is this it? This is what you would call Bear Grylls territory. Wouldn't you just love to get lost in this? I don't think they've fixed the runway lighting yet, though, have they? The lights still don't come on the bloody runways at night. I tried it by running a multiplayer on my computer, just me on it. We run the server with me on it. Me as a host, I can see the runway lights, but nobody else could. So they haven't fixed that. I've not tried it on this server yet. Because like I say, it crashes. I do have a mission, it runs a 2-cycle mission. One is this one, right times in the morning, and after 3 hours it changes to an afternoon mission where it goes into the night, where we have 1 hour of darkness for the guys to practice their nighttime stuff. Where the hell am I here? Where am I going? Oh yeah, I've got to go around to the left. Follow that over there.
Hello, Commander.
Hello, Nova.
Hello to you too, Commander. I hope you are doing well.
I'm doing alright. I'm not crashing. That's the important part. What? No, 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 no. Don't do that to me. Meters. Ooh, look! The river goes that way. Have a look at the map. That's not the map. That's the map. Oh, that's that. Oh, right, okay. That's just another side of where we were. I need somewhere else to come down. Normally I go up that one and come down this one, you see. So where do I go now? Fuel 5400. We could bugger off to Nalchek, I guess. That's not far away, is it? Nalchek. And we could see if the all-weather landing system works at Nalchek. In fact, we just fly down there basically, and that'll take us straight to Nalchek. Okay. What about the one over the top? I keep doing that instead of just looking at this map. It's easier looking at this one. Nah, that wouldn't take me to my... There, this one's better. Look at down here. I guess this is Russia. Who know it's Russia? Because there's not so many trees. Well, for some reason there's trees on the well, on the dark side of the mountain, but not on the light. It's like they don't like being in the sunshine. I've got a laminated A4 with all the airfields on it and all their numbers. It's just like that there. Where's my book? It's behind me. Okay. Nalchek is number 10 and Mineralni I don't know how to say that. So Vodi's 8 and 9 and Malchek's 10. Okay. So what with the landing system? We'll go for number 10 please. Enter and on. And it's working, look. Now then, we have to go into the map anyway to find out which one's got the ILS. Runway 24 has the ILS. So I've got to come in to land this way. At least it was working there for a second. It stopped. We've gone to those little things again. We did a big line, didn't we? A big line. It was a big line. It's 9 pistol. It's definitely on. Channel 10. All the landing system is engaged. No, I want it on that side. Actually, I think Nalchek is now hostile. I think I made it a hostile airport. Oh, there's a line. Why is that arrow pointing to my south? I've got a little line and a big line.
Ford 1, passing waypoint 2 at 4,000.
See? So now I've got those lines at Nalchek. The thing is, I don't think I'm going to be able to refuel here. So as you can see on my HUD there, I now have the big line and the little line. So I don't know what the two little lines are for. It says I'm below the glide slope.
Land.
Oh, we've not got the landing gear then.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
I was wondering why I wasn't slowing down. Yeah. And now I've got to increase throttle with like a increasing throttle the rattling thing. Get down. Brake hard. Ooh, I'm skipping hard there. Oh, I did break my gear, didn't I? That's the problem. I did break my gear. Yes. I wonder if I can actually... I don't think I can refuel.
Request refueling. Request rearming.
No. I don't think I'm going to get repaired here either. Shit. I made Nell check an enemy air base. Oh, what an idiot. And I got bursted tyres. Shit. Okay. Well, we're just going to have to do this clever, aren't we? How much fuel we got left? £4,600. Should be enough to get home. Should be. Skip, hop, jump. Generally,
Ford 1, passing waypoint 3 at 8,000. Ford 1, on station at 0984, 130 at 8,000.
Somebody spawned in. So basically now what we're going to do is go back to the orbit landing system and put in number 3 to go to Kutaisi. We just need to get over these mountains. Up, gear is up. Let's get back. I've changed nothing now except put in number 3. Now number 3 is Kutaisi. And number 4 is Sanaki. Let's have a look at the book. Yeah, number 3 is Kutaisi, which I reckon is going to be my nearest airfield, or Sanaki is number 4. Runway 09 for Sanaki and runway 08 for Kutaisi. So we know Nalchek works with the all-weather landing system, but Sanaki and Kutaisi don't. Never have. So I won't touch anything because we know that's just worked. So I've put number 3 in. Let's have a look. Where we've got to fly? We've got to fly either down here to Kutaisi. Actually, it's 6 and 2 3s, isn't it? Kutaisi is 8 degrees, Sanaki is 9 degrees, so it doesn't really matter. They're both about the same. The only problem is I have between me and them 2 sets of anti-aircraft batteries. So I think what I'll do is I'll fly down through the... Oh, I don't know, man. I've got to fly down through the valleys. We'll fly down through this one. So we need to turn this way. Yeah, we'll turn further south and we'll go down the valleys. I think it'll be the best thing to do. off. Let's reduce the throttle. We just need to clear the mountains. So let's have a look. If I do sensor select left, then there's the border. We're crossing the border soon, shortly. Big red line is the border. It's still easier to look on here to see where you're going. So we're going to go down here somewhere and join one of these little valleys and try and get away from these SAMs. And then land at Kutaisi. Now then, clicking on Kutaisi, we have runway 08. ILS is 109.75. TACAN is 44X, so we should have something we didn't have at Nalchek, which was the TACAN marker. Which stands for Tactical Air Navigation. TACAN is a military thing. Civilian aircraft do use part of the TACAN system. The distance measuring equipment, the DME part of TACAN, is used by civilian equipment if needed. But they can't use the TACAN without the relevant receivers in the aircraft. Could put a FARP up here, couldn't we? And use snow camouflage. Wow, it's a right old pleasant day. A bit better than the gloominess of this morning. Those really black clouds. You know, a while back I tried to fly from Las Vegas to Los Angeles on Nevada, because you zoom out on the map and you can see where it is. So I get in a Mirage with 3 bags of fuel on, and I never made it. I ran out of fuel before I even got to the coast, which would never happen in real life, but pinnacle landed, that's something Shifty can do. I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't be able to land on one of them. Eventually maybe I would be able to, but not right now. Where are we now then? So it must be over the border. Yeah, I don't want to go down this one. I'll go down this one. Oh look, there's another lake there. Lake there as well. So yeah, we could fly down this one, just off to my right hand side. I think it was up here somewhere that I saw that little village. So we could go down that one, but I think I'll go down this one here. We're flying pretty much towards it, aren't we? That map looks... What have they done here with this map? It's 2 different maps. 2 different scales. What the hell? In fact, they've cut that lake off completely. There's a lake there, they've just sliced it off. So they haven't done a very good job of stitching these maps together. In fact, there's 2 roads there, the other side of those lakes, they don't go anywhere. That's a complete cock-up of a map, isn't it? so,
Flag. 269.
in fact, I can't even see that on here. Oh, that's that bit there. Look, there. And where am I heading down? I'm gonna. Actually, I think I'm gonna head towards that lake. And then can't quite see, and then we're gonna whiz down there. But man, that is bad. That is terrible. It's just chopped off completely. And then there's another lake there. Wow. There are no boats on these lakes. In Britain there's boats on every lake. Oh, maybe because I haven't got civilian traffic on. Let's have a look at if we change the scale, see what happens. Oh no, all it does is zoom in on a badly deformed map. That's badly done. It's like they put two different maps together, isn't it? I mean, that road just stops. Actually, I think this lake ahead, isn't this the one where you do your bombing practice in the F5? That's quite bad though, just stitched together like that. Look like this bridge is actually on the map. It's not. This bridge is not on the map.
Yourself a pilot. A cat can fly better than you.
Thank you.
Oops, sorry,
No problem,
wrong one.
Commander.
Let's try again. Is that it? Yeah, that's got it. Lol.
Keep forgetting you lot on here. Yeah. Okay, so we have a marker to fly to. Oh, that's, yeah, that's not Katesi. Down there. That's our little civilian airport. I was wondering why the needles are showing me to go all the way off here, and my T is over here. It's because Katesi's off to my left. I was wondering why I couldn't see the TACAN beacon. That's Katesi over there. And you might just be able to see the TACAN beacon there in the middle of the airfield. A little funny shaped thing. Out here. So it's still on. Still switched on. Number 3. Still pointing to other ways. Picking up the ILS. It is just not working. I should have had that by now. Most definitely
Landing
should
gear.
have had it.
Landing gear.
So why is there no ILS? This is runway 08. Definitely runway 08. No ILS. And all my arrows are pointing in the right direction. Look, TACAN markers there and everything. So why have I not got an ILS? Same thing happens with Sinaki. Maybe I should one day fly all the routes. hard again. That's because I haven't got my flaps all the way down, I guess. At least I'll be able to get fixed here. But now we're in a sunny environment, I want to go and try that hawk again. Everything's ready for me to go, really. Oh, then again. Oh, I don't want bombs. No, no, no.
Request rearming.
Got to do some more
Copy.
testing in this. But yeah, if you switch the panel lights on, I mean, I've got the instrument lights on. If you switch the panel lights on, and oh dear me. So yes, I do get that. I'm gonna have to change my YouTube-y thing with that guy. I thought he meant his instrument lights.
Rearming complete.
So you've got all this works, you know. All this is fully functional, fully working. Comp what? I don't know, switch it and see what happens. I don't know what that does. Compa something. Right, anti-collision lights, let's go for white. Well, we should go for red for taxiing, but wrong way. But we'll be airborne soon anyway. So, 9,300 feet per second climb rate. Rolls-Royce Turbomeca Ardua engine that they have in the Jaguar aircraft. Stalled recovery by centering your stick in 2 turns, 2 spins. It will stall recover within 2 spins from flat spin if you center your stick. Does it all by itself, no fly-by-wire, just complete aerodynamics. That's all these little tits are for on the, you see those little tiny little things on the wings? And underneath. See how the Hawk has these veins all over the place? I forget what they're actually called. I'm not talking about the pilots. I'm talking about the veins. And the 2 on the rear as well, underneath the engine exhaust. There's 2 there as well. They're all for stability and aerodynamics and the little tricks and shortcuts and things to give you what you desire. Stall fences, is that what they're called? But yeah, if you put this thing into a flat spin and just center your stick, it will recover into a dive within 2 spins. I can never get this right, this braking, you know. Let's see if we can get some airflow over the rudder. Be much easier with airflow over the rudder. And then I'm going to have to go after this, guys, because I'm expecting a shopping delivery and I don't want to be in mid-air and just abandoning the stream. Oops, I'm putting my flaps down. Oops.
Call yourself a pilot?
I know.
Oops, sorry, wrong one. Let's try again.
Just haven't set everything up correctly for this yet.
That's got it. Lol.
So somebody on YouTube said, yeah, you know, you can pull the stick up and climb and climb and climb and climb and climb, and then once your speed gets down to 110 knots, it still climbs if you're pulling back on the stick. But it does. It has a climb rate of 9,300 feet per minute. Falling over a bit. Nose up. And they say they don't, you should only practice falling out the sky in a flat spin at 15,000. So if I'm pulling all the way back on the stick there. Because I didn't do this right, I should have gone off the runway and climbed speed high enough. But as you can see, I'm just about 110, 120 knots there. It's still climbing in an attitude up situation, but I'm having to reduce some jiggle recovery to keep it level. Wrong way. Can't do that from outside. However, if I'd taken off and accelerated up to about 400 knots and pulled straight up, I would have gone 9,300 feet per second, but I'm up at 9,000 feet. And you're not supposed to take it past Mach 1.2. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen. In level flight, I think its maximum speed is 628 miles an hour, something like that, at level feet at high altitude. Its service ceiling is 44,000 feet. Its maximum rated altitude is 48,000 feet. So, have I got my feet on my rudder pedals here? Yes, I have. Okay, let's trim. Need to trim it a bit. Needs trim. It's not fly-by-wire, so needs a bit of trim. So we can go up. Look out the window. So, we are way up there, as they say. Wow. Anyway, what we need to do is to just get some speed. Some airspeed, that is. And then pull some turns. Now I don't get... Oh, I do. I get a bit of that stuttering way up here. I don't get it down below. I didn't have it this morning on the thicker air. So that's a strange one. I was just blacking out down here. So pull round down here, look, and it just pulls round and round and round and round and round and round, and I just black out. I don't get any of that sort of stutter manoeuvring down here in the thicker air. I just get blacking out. looks like it depends, doesn't it? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. That's a weird one. Yeah, look, stuttery, 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 stuttery. But I don't get that all the time. Play CSGO if you have it, please. I have CSGO, but I don't play it ever. It's just full of cheats. You can't play CSGO, seriously. Too many cheats out there. I never did like CSGO anyway. Now, Day of Defeat was a much better game. But again, you've got to watch out for the cheats. But yeah, sorry, I don't play CSGO. I'm too old for CSGO. My reaction times are 1/3 of that of a 25-year-old, apparently. So, see up here, I'm not getting that. Blacky out a bit. I wonder why we're getting that. Do I play Rainbow Six? I played it for a short time. But I haven't played that either. Some of the guys that I know play a lot of it though. They're really, really into it. But that's more like CSGO as well, isn't it? But it's the same old, same old. You go into a room and defend it, or you attack a room. They're very short games. I much prefer a longer game. That's why I prefer Arma 3. Arma 3 is way better. Rainbow Six is alright, but I haven't played it in such a long time now. So yeah, I'm getting that stuttering. That is where the airplane seems to stop. So I'm getting that as well now. Whereas this morning, in thicker, damper air, I didn't get it. But if it goes that way, it doesn't want to turn at all. That side. What is this? This is DCS World. Has anybody on? Has anybody gone and blown them trucks up yet? No, look, they're all still there. Look at them. They're just waiting there. They're refueling from this refueling depot. They're just waiting to be slaughtered. Through the smoke. Or not. You have this DCS, do you? I'm looking for an airfield. There's one. Right, got to get speed down. So speed brakes out. Give you a shout out. Shout out to Ryan. Give Ryan a shout out for being here on the stream with us today. There, shout out to Ryan. Right, 200 knots, flaps down, 1 dent. It is. They've just improved the flight model. Now, the flight model before, according to Hawk pilots, was pretty good, pretty close to what it was, and they've improved it. But they're still working on it. It's just, at the minute, they're under contract with ED to finish off the P40. So they've got to get the P40 finished before they can work on the Hawk, because the people who actually built the Hawk left VO a long time ago. Right, gear down. So that they're having to completely redo it from scratch basically, or from scratch. Right, flaps all the way down. So look outside quickly. Now, thanks to this chap who flew it, I was watching YouTube and I was trying to recreate what he did. But he was coming into land and he let his speed drop well below 100 knots. And you're supposed to have about 80% throttle, keep it at 120 to 130 knots for landing, and his dropped down to about 70 knots and he crashed on the end of the runway and went, wow. Well, 102 knots with full flaps and your gear down is stall speed, 102 knots. Now I'm doing 130 there, so I'm backing off on the throttle a bit and giving it a bit of rudder to straighten up. And then you just let it drop down and glide onto the runway, is what they say. And then pull your brakes. There you go. As easy as that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the St. Athan Red Dragon. Can you show your real face, please? No, I can't. Sorry, it's the dog or nothing. My face was hit by every branch on the ugly tree as it went down. Okay, let's get back into that that Harrier, and then I'm definitely going to have to go for the day. We're going to blow them trucks up because nobody else has that one. And we're going to go with my own camouflage to cut this maybe.
Request rearming.
Yummy, yummy.
Copy.
Stalls in there, map on here. That's not the map, that's the map. Am I British? Yes, I'm British. I sound like one, like a British. An English British. Right, so we're going to put some big up fuel. I just do this as a matter of course because it keeps my
Rearming complete.
Going. Alright, let's go. Bombs. CCIP. Quick turn, for goodness sakes. Right, we're going to go and drop a load of bombs. Nose tail delay 2. Yeah, let's delay the detonation so we can actually see what happens. Do I play PUBG? I don't. No, I don't have PUBG. You can buy it from me if you want. But Arma 3 is very similar to PUBG. Play a lot of Arma 3 with Leroux. I don't know what tonight's op will be, but I'll probably be on the DCS Grim Reapers tonight. I'm not sure what tonight's op is going to be on here either, so there'll be a lot of us flying. So, today we are wearing My Little Pony camouflage. Got to get back in here because I've got to go for the chevrons. See the 2 chevrons? That's where you're supposed to climb. You're supposed to put your witch's hat in there and climb out with nozzles forward. Seriously, advise against buying a Hawk. At least wait till they've released the 2 update because it's a terrible. No, I've just been doing it. I've just been flying the Hawk. P-Man and the team at VO have put on a little bit of a new flight module, and they fixed the crappy bits. They're still waiting on Eagle Dynamics doing a lot of stuff so they can get on with it, but they are going to do a complete revamp of it, which they don't really have to, but they are going to do that. But they've also got the P40 that they've got to get out because they're under contract to finish that off first before they even touch the Hawk. So to give us what we've got is really good. Yay, the code is fixed, micro-programmed and all 32 buttons tested and working. How to wire it up and not now to wire it up. What are they talking about? I feel left out. No, look, I know some of the programmers at VO, alright? The reason that the Hawk stuck to the tarmac was because ED fixed a bug in their software that the Hawk and one or two other modules were actually using as a feature. They didn't know it was a bug because it was released in the SDK, you know, the developer's kit. It was released as part of the developer's kit, and the people who originally made the Hawk used it as a feature. What it was if you had surface wind, it would put a massive loading on the tail, and the angle of attack of the wind on the tail would make it stick to the tarmac. Now, they've spent a month's worth of man hours trying to figure out why it was doing. They even put the P40's flight model on it to see if that was it. They got rid of gravity and that didn't stop it. And then they figured out that it was a patch that ED brought out 6 months ago that fixed the problem that they had in their SDK kit, and the guys have actually found out what it is. So that's what that was. So that was ED's fault for not telling everybody that they'd fixed a bug that nobody knew was a bug. So anyway, the guys have now disabled that feature, and the Hawk now taxis and does everything in the wind. The lighting and the textures, like I've just showed in the panel, that again is partly down to ED and the way they do things. It's a bit like the Harrier. The Harrier can't have certain things because of the way ED do things. It's like missiles. Missiles don't work properly in ED. Radars don't work properly in ED because of the way that ED's base code is programmed. ED are working on it. With the Viggen, the BK-90s do not work in multiplayer because ED only has one cluster bomb. And it's bloody useless. It doesn't work. But they are working on it. This is why they've gone to 2.5, because in 1.58 they couldn't do anything about it. Now then, I need to go to air to ground to do this, and I need to get low and fast. So yeah, a lot of these errors that crop up in the jets, especially, I mean, the Harrier here has a bunch of problems that are ED related. This is why they can't bring out the Harrier 2 Plus yet. The air-to-air doesn't work because we're waiting on ED bringing out the air-to-air radar systems, because nobody has air-to-air radar systems properly sort of done, if you know what I mean. So here we go, here we go, here we go. Diving attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, they got me! That's the first time they've got me. That's the first time they've ever got me on that bomb run. That's because I'm too busy talking to the stream. That's the first time that they ever have got me with that bomb run. They helped fix it, VO remove it, like multi-crew. Yeah, the multi-crew, VO did multi-crew. Then ED came out with 1.5.5, I think it was. And multi-crew broke. So what it was doing, it was crashing multiplayer servers. If people got into multi-crew in the Hawk, it would crash a multiplayer server. So ED said, until we've sorted this out, can you remove it? You can still put it in if you want to fly your own missions on your own PC. Look at that, what a fantastic bomb run that was, apart from me crashing or getting shot down. Wow, I decimated that convoy. Completely decimated it. Look, there's a piece of my wing down there. But hey, it was worth my life to stop that lot getting to where it was going to go. Yeah, so VO have disabled the multi-crew. until ED gets the multi-crew sorted, which they're going to have to do because of the F-14 and that lot. It's going to come out, so it will come back, I should imagine, but right now the guys are too busy doing the P-40 and they're under contract for that, so until that happens, I don't know. But you can modify the Lua code on the Hawk file. There is a way to do it. If you change an option from false to true for multi-crew in the Lua file, you will be able to run multi-crew on a Hawk if you are running it on your own desktop. If you are going to put it out there as a multiplayer server, be prepared for the server to crash. So you can do multi-crew on the Hawk still, but you've just got to do it on your own computer. So you run it on your computer as a multiplayer and get a friend to come in and you can do multi-crew. Easy as that. That's how you do it. Simple. But there are no plans right now to re-enable it because they don't know whether it's still causing problems or not. Basically, they've never tried it and they're too busy. And don't forget, most of these programs, there's only people like Razbam, Biselmed Tech, or what was it, Bisemtech, and a few others that are full-time programming houses. The guys at VO, the guys at Heatblur, and some of the others, they're only part-timers. They have day jobs, they go home, they have tea with their family, they put their kids to bed, and they sit down and they program part-time. That's how a lot of this is done. A lot of this is part-time programmers. So yeah, you know. Give you another shout when you leave. Are you going to go now? Are you? All right. Bye, Ryan. Nice to have had you here. What the fuck? Nope. They have said it's no longer in their plans. Yeah. Right now, it's not a planned feature for future use, because they just haven't got time to look into it. Basically, they've got to get this P40 out. In fact, the update that we've just had for 2.51, some of the guys have been doing this in their part-time, just to try and figure out what it is. But like one of the programs from VO told me the other week, it's taken about a whole month's worth of man hours to find that bug that was sticking it to the tarmac. And they weren't even looking at the updates that ED had put in, you know, the bug fixes that they'd put in, because they didn't know the original programmers had used it as a feature, because there's no notes from the original programmers. The original programmers that VO have left, they've gone. They've gone on to other things, you know, like people come and go in companies. They've left no notes. It's a 5-year-old module, and what the guys at VO are saying is it's not worth their time and effort, because it all costs money, you know. It all costs money. These guys have to be paid, so it all costs money. And I mean, I used to work, what we're talking 15 years ago, I wouldn't get out of bed for less than £25 an hour, and that's 15 years ago. I wouldn't get out for that now. For now, you'd be paying me £35, £40 an hour, or 450 quid a day is what I'm looking for now at work, although I don't work. But that's the job offers that people keep sending me. £350 to £450 per day is what they're offering me. So you got to think that these guys are doing this part-time, and they're getting paid maybe £5 or £6 an hour or something. And a module can cost 25 quid, so it doesn't go far, you know, this money. And it's all money. It's all time and effort. So what they're saying is to fix all the problems that there now are, because this is a 5-year-old module, and you know, for a long time nothing was done about it. It's too much, and ED have now gone away from 1.5. They're now on 2.5. It's a completely different graphics engine. Yeah, it's a completely different way of doing all the textures and things. So instead of them trying to dissect the programming and rework it, it's easier for them to just scrap like the texture of this part of the cockpit and redo it from scratch. It's going to be easier to reprogram it from scratch, and that's how a lot of the aircraft have had to have gone. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the background with a lot of programming houses to do this. So you know, you've got to give the guys a break. But the new Hawk model, the flight model, yeah, it's pretty good. There are still some little twitches, but to get what we've been given, I think we can't moan about it. Look at that. That's a cracking bomb run. That is. It's a cracking bomb run. Yeah. Well, like I say, the multi-crew is still there. It's still there. The L39 has a different setup for multi-crew than the Hawk. You know, the Hawk was a fully flyable backseat cockpit. I don't think the L39 is. I haven't tried the L39 in such a long time. I think you can fly it from the back if you're the only person in it. I'm not sure. But I don't. Can you have somebody in the front and you fly it from the back? I don't think you could do that. They broke the Gazelle as well. They've put a minigun on the Gazelle and then they've broken the camera in the other Gazelle, so that's not working either. So they fix one thing, break another. It's like the Harrier. Come on, they've put you a moving map and they've taken away your Mavericks. So you know, all the different modules all have their problems. The thing about the Mavericks, it's an easy fix. There's a decimal point in the wrong place or something like that, or a character is two digits out. There's a character in the program that's 2 digits out, and they know what it is and they've fixed it. So, it's already fixed. But it's like the RB15s for the Viggen. How long's the Viggen been out? The RB15s still don't work properly. Is Shifty found out and Shifty proved, and they still haven't fixed that. I put in a bug report. I've had no reply from that in 2 weeks, because they're trying to finish the Viggen and get it a fully fledged module, aren't they, this year? It's supposed to be completed by this year. Well, they fixed the Maverick bug because they knew what it was, because somebody put a character at two decimal places on the wrong line, and it stopped the IR and V being selectable. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. They built the Hawk 5 years ago, and the team that built it left. They've gone on to other things. They've gone elsewhere, done other things. They've said, I'm sorry, I can't afford to do this programming part-time anymore because I've now got babies to take care of. You know? So they've gone. And they're part-timers. There's only 5 or 6 of them. They're part-timers. They work part-time in the evenings. Part-time. What would you like to do? A full day's school and then come back and have to do homework for the next 6 hours without getting any benefit from it? Or come home from work and then have to work for another 4 or 5 hours with no pay? It's like you buy a car, right? You buy yourself a car, 1.6 engine, and it's great. And then further down the road your engine breaks. Do you pay for the repair? Or does your garage pay for the repair? Yeah? You buy a product and you have to pay to maintain, to update it. You buy the Hawk, shouldn't you pay for the next version? You know, people saying to me the other day, oh, but $30 for this module, it's $30 for that module, and I've said, yeah, but if you buy this module, play it 1 day for 30 days for a month, it's only costing you $1 a day. You work 17-hour days and get paid for 8, and you don't mow. That's bollocks. Get lost. Don't pull that one on me. There's no way that you work 9 hours for nothing. Get lost. No way. Don't pull that one. Yeah, I used to work 16-hour days. I made sure I got bloody paid for it. Fashion retail. Fashion retail. So you work for 8 hours, and then you do another 9 hours for nothing every day. That's no. There's no way. There's no way in this planet. For a start, it's against the law. You're not allowed to work that much. Well, not in the UK. You're not. I don't know where you're working, but in the UK, that's against the law. So that just doesn't happen. I mean, I used to work 16-hour days. It used to bloody kill me, and I used to have to drive hundreds of miles as well. I mean, when I had to go and sort out Epson printers down in Telford, and I'm up in North Yorkshire, I had to drive all the way to Telford and back every day. Yeah, so I had to drive for 3 or 4 hours each way, then do my shift, sort it out. In fact, one night I said, oh, screw this, I'm staying here, for the guys on the evening shift came on, I said, we've got to crack this problem. So I actually stayed on site overnight. We were playing Doom back then, long time ago. Doom, the brand new video game that came out. We were playing Doom across their network to stress test their network. And I ordered pizzas and everything in for everybody who was staying late, and bottles of pop and whatever, and I fell asleep on their computer room before, and I had a map of my keyboard on my face when I woke up in the morning. But the Japanese boss came in and saw pretty much saw the keyboard impression on my face, actually, because it took ages to get rid of. He opened up the kitchens at 6 o'clock in the morning so that we could have breakfasts. He brought in the kitchen staff, the whole of the kitchen staff, brought them in early so that the computer staff could have a full English breakfast cooked free of charge. That was amazing. But that's how they work out there, you see. You put the effort in and they put the effort in. It was amazing, that was. But no, man, if you're working at 9 hours no pay, that's either you're the boss or you want to leave. You definitely want to leave. 17 hours. I mean, that only gives you 7 hours off. That gives you 7 hours to get food, drink, a sit down and sleep. Nah. You're telling porkies, you cannot be doing that. You cannot be working 17 hours a day. No, it's unreasonable, and it's impossible. You couldn't keep up that pace. There's no way you could keep that pace up. 17 hours a day. It gives you 7 hours to get home, have something to eat and grab some sleep. So you'd be what, sleeping 4 hours a day? Nah, it wouldn't work, mate. I don't believe you. Sorry. It could be true, but no. I've got to err on the side of experience. I know what it's like working 16-hour days. You need the time off. You've got to get sleep. I mean, 16-hour days kills you. But I made sure I was getting at least time and a half for the time that I wasn't there. The amount of overtime I was earning was unbelievable. That was incredible. I tell you what, the taxman had a feast that year on me. But I wasn't working 16-hour days every day. But I did do 16-hour days quite often. Anyway, I've got to go, guys. I'm sorry. This was only going to be a short stream anyway. I wasn't originally going to stream it. I was just going to get on the computer, because Shifty normally streams at this time of day. And I was just going to get on and test these few things on the Hawk. And see if I could recreate them. I can't recreate them in bad weather, but I can certainly recreate them on a nice sunny day. Look, even all the clouds have gone since this morning. It's incredible, isn't it? Considering I've got clouds built into the weather patterns today. Anyway. Yeah, you need to find a different job. Seriously. If they're taking advantage of you like that, you need to go find a different job. Oh, look. There's still some vehicles there. Ooh, 8 vehicles. Ooh, no, 9 vehicles. Lots of burning wrecks. 6 oil storage tanks. 3 ammunition depots. 1 headquarters. And some bunkers. I'll leave them for the A10 guys. There's also some somewhere over there. Hang on, I'll find it. Ah, there it is, over there by the fork in that river. There's another convoy down there for the guys in the helicopters at Kutaisi to take on. So we've done some proving facts today then. We've proved in the Harrier that the AWS does work at Nalchek. It doesn't work at Kutaisi or Sanaki. Don't know why. But there's a bug that we're going to have to really have a go at Razbam for not finishing off this early access model. Because that's what we do with programmers, isn't it? We have a go at them for not finishing things off. The AWS did work at Sanaki and Kutaisi, but it doesn't now. Works at Nalchek fine. Can't land there though because it's an enemy base. Shame. Well landed, can't repair or refuel. Pain in the backside. And we found out that the Hawk, although it has got an improved flight model, it does still have some quirks. And we're just going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait till the end of the year before we get any real progress on the Hawk. I think I don't know. I haven't heard anything else from the guys. All they said was they've improved the flight model on this ever so slightly, because the flight model on it was pretty good anyway. I had no problems with it. I liked it. It was very much like the F5, but it's much more responsive. So yeah, that glitchy panel lighting, that is something I'll talk to P-Man about. I'll definitely have a chat. I don't know if he's on. If he's on Discord right now. No, he's actually playing World of Warcraft. The guy is a dedicated World of Warcraft player, and he should be at work at his full-time job. I guess it's lunchtime. I don't know whether he's actually at a place of work or if he's working from home, so I don't know. I'll give him a poke though and see what's what. But the guys are trying to get the P40 out. I know it's very far along. It's out with some beta testers at the moment, and they're reporting things back. But the P40 is going to be a stonking module, and then they're working on the Spitfire Mark 14, I think, isn't it? Or is that the one we've got? It's either the 9 or the 14, I can't remember. I think 14, Spitfire Mark 14. It's one with the clipped wings. They're coming out with that. Because P-Man actually, he's flown in the back of a Spitfire, and he works down that area of London near Duxford, where the fighter collection is. The fighter collection of the people who own ED, down in Duxford in England. So yes, ED is a British company, registered in Switzerland, I believe, but English company. They bought out Igor's ED ages ago. And down at the Duxford with the fighter collection, they've got all these things. They've got all the Spitfires, the Hurricanes, and all that lot to work on. So, and then we hear that somebody is thinking about developing the Mosquito, which is going to be good, because I think, if I remember rightly, there are now 2 flying examples of the Mosquito. One's in Australia and one's in America. So there are 2 Mosquitoes that are still flying, which is great. I'd love to be able to get in a Mosquito. One of my favourite planes of World War II. And the Typhoon or Tempest. I think the Typhoon was a slightly bigger version of the Tempest, wasn't it? Big anti-tank. So I'll go and I'll have a talk with P-Man next time he's in. He's on Discord, but he's not active. So next time he's around, I'll just mention it in chat, in voice, instead of typing him a message. Typing messages always gets misconstrued. But anyway, I've got to go because I'm expecting a shop and delivery, and I don't want to just cut the stream short like that. I'd rather say goodbye and all that. But this is so. Cheers, guys. I'll be back later with DCS and the Grim Reapers for tonight's mission, whatever it'll be. And take care out there. Have fun. Go play some games. Do whatever you do during the day. Retail, fashion, whatever you're doing. There's a point. If you're doing retail fashion right now, what are you doing on my chat? You should be working for no money. Get on with it. But anyway, yeah, we'll catch you later. Commie, Geo, yeah, and we'll have a bit of that. But for anybody in the Discord, the server is up and running. So and this is the day we've got. We've got a beautiful sunny day. So air-to-air refueling would be the order of the day in this weather, I think, because the last few times we've had such terrible clouds cover that the air-to-air refueling has been right in the middle of a thick cloud bank. They haven't been able to do that. So anyway, let's stop this recording anyway. Alright, stop the recording. Right, stop the stream. I'm going. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the subscription, and we'll catch you later on today. Bye. Cheers.